Hello, everybody. My name is Daman Preet Singh, and this is the sixth day of your IELTS live sessions, and I hope you are enjoying them. Today we will be discussing. It was the session of headings, but before going to headings, let's discuss some basics of reading. You know, before if we switch to your headings portions, we need to do some warm-up sessions, right? Warm-up in the sense means how to find the readings, what is the way of finding the readings, what are the hidden keywords, I can say, in the form of synonyms. So we'll do a very pretty basic reading, which is the topic name is Marie Curie. Lots of students have discussed that with us in the class also. But today in this live session, we will be discussing true, false, not given first, question and answers. There will be one or two words answers. Post that, we will be discussing your headings portions. Not today, but in the coming videos, we'll discuss the heading sessions. Right? So let's begin. Let's see the session. So basic thing which a lot of students face is feel difficulty in doing is finding true false not given. What is the actual way of doing this true false not given? How to crack these questions? How to find the keywords? How to find the location? There are different things, but if you see, if I say that reading is not a reading first, I'm repeating myself. Reading is not a reading first. What is reading? Somebody has written this first. It's an essay. Somebody has with his hands or by typing, they have written a topic. So whosoever. So for example, if I say you that please write an essay on the colonization of India, vaccines, COVID, what will you do? You will make certain paragraphs. It will be having a beautiful introduction, body paragraph one, two, three, multiple paragraphs with a good conclusion. And what common thing we have in your reading? It is I can say every reading passage, every reading paragraph has at least one central idea, a topic. That is what makes a good reading. It's a writing first, it's a reading later. If you see the magazines, newspapers, there are some editorial topics. See how beautifully they are written because they have central ideas to make a layman from an 8-year-old to an 80-year-old, they can easily understand what is mentioned there. So this is something which is mentioned in every writing portion, right? Let's see. So we have a topic here from Marie Curie. Marie Curie, as you know, she was an inventor. She discovered a lot of things. She got multiple Nobel Prizes, right? So this is a topic on that. Let's see what is mentioned here. So we have true false not given. There are total six true false not given, and there are certain questions to discuss, right? So let's see. I hope uh, you are able to see this. Okay, let's see. So, from childhood, Mary was remarkable for her prodigious memory, and at the age of 16, won a gold medal on completion of her secondary education because her father lost his savings through bad investment. She then had to take work as a teacher. From her earnings, she was able to finance her sister Bronia's medical studies in Paris on the understanding that Bronia would in turn later help her to get an education. Simple as that. She was a talented girl, and her father lost all of the savings. And what she did hard work, and with her hard work, she made her sister to go to a university to study. But they had one deal, one agreement that if I allow you or I send you somewhere to study, in return, please help me to study also. Right? Let's see true false not given. The question here says that Marie Curie's husband uh, was a joint winner of both uh, Marla's Nobel Prizes. Okay, so let's see. It is written somewhere. I'll show you this topic later on. Okay, Mary became interested in science when she was a child. I think I'm missing a paragraph here. I think I have to check this one paragraph. We'll come to it later. Let's discuss this. Okay, Mary's husband was a joint winner of both Maria's Nobel Prize. I think we have missed a paragraph here, but let's skip it. We'll see the next paragraph. Mary became interested in science when she was a child. When she was a child, she was interested in science. Is that written here that she was interested in science? I think it is not because it is mentioned that she was talented, but she did not. She was interested in science or not. It is not mentioned anywhere. There is no particular word mentioned about her likings. This is this is not given. Question number second is not given. Nothing is mentioned here. Nothing is mentioned here. Okay, let's see. When the uranium was discovered to be radioactive, Marie Curie found that element called dash. Nothing, no mention of any element. Let's skip it. Okay, in 1891, this promise was fulfilled, and Mary went to Paris and began to study at the Sorbonne University of Paris. So, what we have discussed that she allowed her sister to study somewhere, and she had an agreement that in return her sister will help Mary to study. So was able to attend Sorbonne. So if you see the keyword here, Sorbonne, Sorbonne. Mary was able to attend, began to study, able to attend, began to study because of her sister's financial contribution. This promise was fulfilled. Which promise? That Bronia would let Mary now to study. This is this is true. The answer is true, right? She was able. Let's see. She often worked far into the night and lived on little more than bread and butter and tea. So she used to, consume have very less diet. She came first in the examination in the physical science in 1893 and in 1894 was placed second in the examination in mathematical science. She was very good in physics and she was pretty good in mathematics also. It was not until the spring of that year that she was introduced to Pierre Curie. Now, Pierre Curie is Mary's husband, so they met after some time, right? Okay, let's see. Mary was able to attend Sorbonne because of sister's financial decision. Mary stopped doing research for several years when her children were born. So they haven't have mentioned anything of children. So we'll skip this. So till then, this is not given. This is not given till now, right? Let's jump to another fill-up. When uranium was discovered to be radioactive, Marie Curie found that element called no. There's no such thing mentioned till now. We haven't have gone through anything right now. Okay, their marriage in 1895. So they met in 1893, 94, uh, and they got married in 1895. Their marriage in 1895 marked the marked the start of a partnership that was soon to achieve results of world significance. Following Henry Becquerel's discovery in 1896, a new phenomenon which Mary later called radioactivity, Marie Curie decided to find out the radioactivity discovered in uranium and was to be found in other elements. She discovered that this was true for thorium. There was an element called thorium which had the same radioactivity, radioactive properties like what? Like uranium. So if we see the keywords uranium, uranium, radioactivity, radioactive, element, element. Fine. So when uranium was discovered to be radioactive, Marie Curie found that the other element, had the same property that thorium, thorium had the same property. The answer for this is thorium. You can, if you want to write with your pencil or pen the answers, you can write them. And this is thorium. Okay, let's jump to your next paragraph. Let's see what's in there. Okay, now turning her attention to minerals, she was working on elements. Now she started working on the minerals. She found her interest drawn to pitch blende. I think I'm speaking it right. Pitch blende or pitch blend, a mineral whose radioactivity superior to that of pure uranium could be explained only by the presence in the ore of small quantities of unknown substance of very high activity. Something is very technical mentioned here, right? So it was something called pitchblende, which was a mineral, and it was superior to uranium, right? So let's see. Pierre Curie joined her in the work that she had undertaken to resolve this problem, and that led to the discovery of the new elements. What? Polonium and radium. So she found two new elements. While Pierre Curie devoted himself, her husband, devoted himself chiefly to the physical study of the new radiations, Marie Curie struggled to obtain pure radium in metallic state. So she was still struggling with this particular, you know, uh, extracting pure radium. This was achieved with the help of the chemist André Louis Debian, one of Pierre Curie's pupils. So he was, or she was, uh, Pierre Curie's student. Based on the results of this research, Marie Curie received her doctorate of science. And 1903, Marie and Pierre Curie shared with Becquerel the Nobel Prize for Physics for the discovery of radioactivity. That was a big paragraph. So let's break it into smaller parts. Let's come to your keywords now. Very important thing. Marie and Pierre Curie's research into the radioactivity of the mineral known as. So what is where's the mineral mentioned here? Let's see. Um, Marie and Pierre Curie's research into. So they both were doing research. Marie and her husband. Now they were together. If they were together, so Pierre Curie joined her work. That means they were together now, and she had undertaken to resolve the problem. Okay. Let's see what where is this mineral mentioned here. Turning her attention to minerals. Mineral. She found her interest drawn to pitch blende. So, something mentioned here, something led to discovery of two new elements, right? So, with the help of pitch blende, what happened? A mineral known as pitch blende. So, how do we confirm this answer that this is pitch blende? This pitch blende was the thing which led to discovery of two new elements. Which what were the elements? Polonium and radium. So, her husband uh, Pierre Curie joined her work to resolve the problem. Then they found out two new elements, which were polonium. This is polonium, and this is radium. So answer for this is pitch blende. Now they are mentioning in 1911. So 1911 is a very simple term which we do need to find out. So it is not anywhere mentioned till now. In 1911, Marie Curie received recognition for her work on the element called dash. No, nothing is mentioned in 1911 here. Nothing till now. Nothing is here. Okay. Mary was able to tennis auto. This is done before. Mary stopped doing research for several years when her children were born. Question number fourth. This question number fourth. Till now, nothing is mentioned. So I think this is again not given. Fine. Let's see. The birth now they're talking about they're talking about children here. This is children. So the births of Mary's two daughters, Irene and Eve, in 1897 and 1904, failed to interrupt her scientific work. She was appointed lecturer in physics at the École Normale Supérieure for Girls in Sèvres, France, and introduced a method of teaching based on experimental demonstrations. Now they're talking about her daughters. What they mentioned that even her daughters were born, but they failed to interrupt her scientific work. That means Marie Curie kept on doing her job. She was busy. Even she had two babies, two girls. I think we have got the answer for this. Mary stopped doing research for several years. So they're mentioning here failed to interrupt her scientific work. This is total opposite. So the answer for question number four is false. This is false. Okay, now let's move to question number five. Mary took over the teaching position her husband had held. So they're talking about teaching position, and let's see. Okay, next paragraph. Okay, the question says that the paragraph says that the sudden death of her husband. So her husband he expired in 1906 was a bitter blow to Marie Curie, but was also a turning point in her career. So there was a twist in her career now. Henceforth, she was to devote all her energy to completing alone the scientific work they had undertaken. So early, her husband and both Marie Curie, they were joined, they were doing the work together, but now she was the only one who had to take the responsibility. On May 13, 1906, she was appointed to the professorship that had been left vacant on her husband's death. So she took over the position of her husband after her husband's death, right? So becoming the first woman to teach at Sorbonne. I think we have got the answer for question number fifth. It says Mary took over the teaching position. Mary, she appointed, when she was appointed to the position. So the answer here is this is true. Question number fifth is totally true. Now we have one more answer in the same paragraph. See, they are mentioning something here in 1911. So this is 1911. 1911. So lock the sentence. The sentence begins from in and ends at radium, which is the full stop, and the paragraphs end there. Okay, let's see. In 1911, Marie Curie received recognition for her work. She was awarded, she was given some prize or some award for her work in the on the element. What was the element? Let's see. Uh, in 1911, Marie received recognition for her work on the of element called what? In 1911, she was awarded the Nobel Prize. She was awarded. She received recognition. Award and recognition are same words for her work on the element called what? Radium. Let's see. During World War One, Marie Curie, with the help of her daughter Irene, devoted herself to the development of the use of X radiography, including the mobile units, which came to be known as Little Curies, used for the treatment of wounded soldiers. I think we have got one more answer. Let's see. Okay, till here we will go towards your true, false, not given, and let's see. Mary's sister Bronia studied the medical uses of radioactivity. I think there is no mention here till now about Bronia. So till now we will consider this to be not given. But I think we have the answer to I think question number 10th. Mary and Irene. Mary and Irene, this is Irene, developed X radiography. X radiography. X radiography, which was used as a medical technique used for the treatment. Treatment means what? Medical technique for wounded soldiers, right? But here they mentioned one word. So the answer here is technique for soldiers. Technique for soldiers. Let's see the next line. In 1918, the Radium Institute, whose staff Irene had joined, began to operate in earnest and became a center for nuclear physics and chemistry. Marie Curie, now at the highest point of her fame and from 1922, a member of the Academy of Medicine, researched the chemistry of radioactive substances and their medical applications. We have one more answer for uh, question number 12th. I think 11th. It is 11th. Yes, question number 11. This one. Marie Curie saw the importance of collecting radioactive materials for both research and cases of dash. Mary was collecting something. Collecting means accumulating. Okay. Uh, Here it is mentioned Marie Curie at her highest point for fame and from 1922, a member of the Academy of Medicine, researched the chemistry of radioactive substances. Research, research, and the medical applications. Cases of what? We have to discuss this one. Let's see. Somewhere it is mentioned else. Cases of what? If you can guess from these lines. Let's see. I think we have to jump to the next paragraph to see the answers. Okay. In 1921, accompanied by her two daughters, Mary made a triumphant journey to the United States to raise funds for research on radium. Women there presented her with a gram of radium for her campaign. Mary also gave lectures in Belgium, Brazil, Spain, Czechoslovakia, and in addition had the satisfaction of seeing the development of the Curie Foundation in Paris and the inauguration in 1932 in Warsaw of the Radium Institute, where her sister Bronia became a director. Okay, uh, where her sister Bronia became director. Now they have mentioned the name of Bronia. This is Bronia. Let's see what the statement is mentioning here. Mary's sister, because Bronia was Mary's sister Bronia studied the medical uses of radioactivity. So she was doing some experiments. This is the thing they have mentioned. But what they have mentioned here, and the inauguration in 1932 in Warsaw of the Radium Institute, where her sister Bronia became director. So they are saying she became a director. Here, the sentence is saying she was studying the uses of radioactivity. So, what in that case be the answer? It is not false. It is between not even between true. This is total not given because nothing was mentioned here. Nothing was mentioned here. Let's see. This is not given. The answer for this question is not given. Sixth answer is not given. Okay, I think they haven't have talked anything about from this page. The thing also we'll have to jump it towards the next paragraph. One of Marie Curie's outstanding achievements was to have understood the need to accumulate intense radioactive sources not only to treat illness but also to maintain an abundant supply for research. Okay, the radioactive materials stocked in Paris contributed to discoveries. I think this is the next question. We have to jump to the previous question. Marie Curie saw the importance of collecting. Okay, we have the word here. Collecting, accumulate, collecting, accumulate, radioactive, radioactive, material, sources. Okay, both for research and cases of dash. So they are saying cases of dash, cases of illness. So what they have done, they have played here. They have written two answers, vice versa. Switch. They have switched the answers. See how. They were first thing was to treat illness, second thing was to maintain supply for research. Here, first thing is collecting research. The second point becomes the first point, and the first point becomes the second point. So this cases of illness becomes the second point. So this is answer is illness. Cases of illness. You can pause the video and you can check whether how they were switched. Right? Okay. Let's see. We will move towards the next line. The existence in Paris of the Radium Institute of a stock of 1.5 grams of radium made a decisive contribution to the success of the experiments undertaken in the years around 1930. 1930. 1930. This was prepared the this work prepared the way for the discovery of the neutron star neutron by some Sir James Chadwick, and above all for the discovery in 1934 by Irene and Frederick Joliot Curie of artificial radioactivity. Artificial radioactivity. Artificial radioactivity. The radioactive materials stocked in Paris contributed to the discoveries in 1930s. Discovery of what? Discovery of neutron. Discovery of neutron. So the answer number 12 is neutron. Okay. A few months after this discovery, Marie Curie died as a result of leukemia caused by exposure to radiation. She had often carried test tubes containing radioactive active isotopes in her pocket, remarking on the pretty blue-green light they gave off. So it was an unfortunate death of Marie Curie because she was carrying radioactive material in her pocket, and that isotopes and the radioactive active vibrations and the radioactive elements. She was exposed to those rays and she died of what? She died of, she suffered from what? She suffered from leukemia. So this was a reading portion. This was your proof was not given and fill-ups, right? So talking about your reading discussion, this was I think the second session. Uh, this is the second session. In the coming sessions, we will be discussing more. We have, I think, gone through one reading session, which was of true, false, not given. This particular session is of true, false, not given, and question answers, single question answers. In the coming paragraph, in the coming days, I think on Monday, I need to discuss headings with you. Headings are very important because the major confusion always goes in headings. You know, there are a couple of paragraphs, and it is really confusing to see which is the answer because we have, for example, we have five paragraphs, we have seven options. So sometimes the options they match, and what if they match? What if they have confusion? What if you feel that two answers look same? So how to choose the answers? Right? A very important thing is when we will be discussing this on Monday at 11 a.m. sharp. I will not be late then. Um, you have to go through a paragraph one time, single time, and you have to contemplate. You have to think. You have to check the central idea. Then make some discussions. See what is mentioned here. Then go for the answer. Right. So this was a session. I hope you will like it. Please share this video to your friends because this is free of cost. There's no cost, no hidden charges. Everything is free just for you guys that are sitting at home or you are working, you have jobs to do. And this was a session. Coming the coming times also we will be making live sessions with comment sections because currently we are have disabled comment sections, but we will be enabling them so that you can participate. This becomes more interactive. And do check out other videos also. The links are in the descriptions. Please like the page of Brainedge Patiala on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Share them, right? And stay tuned for more videos. We will be coming with lots and lots of videos daily. And hope to see you soon on Monday. And we will be discussing new sessions of your reading. Till then, thank you and take care. Thank you.